I'm sorry to send this to you out of the blue, but I don't have anyone to turn to. Things in Rosewood have gotten really weird, and to be honest, I'm afraid. I feel like I'm constantly being watched. I'm trying not to lose my mind, but after the things I've seen... Anyway, I want to leave. I'll send you another letter in a couple days once I have things all organized. I'd appreciate your help. See you soon. Rosie. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a very special episode of Animal Crossing for you all today. We've got a very interesting postcard in the mail. We're headed to Rosewood, an island with a whole story to it. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Stepping out onto the airport dock, you're accosted by a torrent of rain and sea spray. The weather was pretty nasty coming in, so there's no surprise at all. Though you sense something else in the air, almost imperceptible. Odd. You glance about, half expecting someone to greet you, but no one in sight. You shove your hand in your pocket and grab the postcard that lies within. What a strange letter. You don't know anyone by the name of Rosie, and especially no one from Rosewood. You've never heard of Rosewood, but apparently, you realize you did land, and you are here. You pull out your Nook phone and check the map. Luckily, Rosie's diner isn't too far away. Letting out a sigh, you head towards town, and whoever this Rosie is, you hope she's okay. So thankfully the diner is actually just above the resident services here. And obviously we've got a very special episode of Animal Crossing for you all today. We've got an island with a mystery. I'm really excited to bring this to all of you. I do hope you all enjoy this. And there's the diner right there. We've even got a little band area outside. But nobody here. And in respects to the mystery island, actually sounds... Oh, we've got some either mud or bloody footsteps. I'm not 100% sure which. Might get a little sketchy, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, the diner is actually super well done. I absolutely love it. Okay, anyways. So in each of these areas, we've got some potential clues and whatnot. So right here on the floor, we can see J1, which is referencing Journal Entry 1. You notice a piece of damp paper underneath your feet. Casually, you pick it up and read. March 29th, 2020. I met someone today. He's new around here, which is a bit surprising since the island doesn't get many visitors during the spring. I believe it's on account of the heavy rain we tend to get. Anyway, he calls himself Vincent. He's a pretty handsome guy and a tad bit older than me. I saw him walking around the beaches and decided I was going to introduce myself. Turns out I was the first person to talk to him, though he said he went straight to the beach, so that's on him, I guess. He's odd. A scientist, he said, which I guess excuses the last bit. There's a bonfire next week, and maybe I'll invite him. Oh, that's super weird. There's like an even more haunted sound, or in like an echo of the music. Is the TV actually singing it too? That's so weird. It made it sound super haunted in here, but we've got more footsteps here. But, so maybe we need to go find something on the beach. Because maybe something happened here. I'm guessing our clue is to perhaps go to the beach. Aha! We have found someone living on the island with crazy eyes. Alright. So we do have more footsteps going up that way, but I wonder... if we head down to the beach, if we'll see footsteps coming from the beach. We've got the Nook's Cranny right there. Oh, we've got another journal entry. Journal entry 2 here. Oh god, and it's KK Bubblegum. So it definitely looks like something happened at the beach. What is that little drawing right now? It looks terrifying. It looks like bullet holes in it. That's a little weird. You find a note tucked underneath the bench. Dated April 4th, 2020. Someone broke into my diner. I'm not sure who, but as I was in the kitchen setting up for the morning prep, I heard something from the dining area. I walked out to see someone with a camera and a strange sound emanating from the television. The flash went off and I ducked behind the counter as I waited for my eyes to readjust. By the time I looked back, they were gone. I'm honestly pretty shaken, and I'm just gonna keep the diner closed for the day. I'm unsure if I should call the police. You should absolutely call the police. Who wouldn't call the police in this scenario? Well, we haven't found anybody here on the beach. So I suppose our next best bet is to continue exploring, perhaps? I do love the design of the island, though. It is quite pretty. Oh, look, there's a missing poster here. The bunnies are being kidnapped, and people are missing. We've got a villager there. Oh, let's see here. We've got like a little cafe area here. Very nifty. Wonder who is working out in the rain. We've got like an O and a C on the ground there, and I guess what I'm going to do is maybe just jot that down. Perhaps it's going to be a clue for later. It's the only thing I can really think of. Those little designs in the ground are kind of weirding me out for some reason. I'm not exactly sure what to expect from them. Oh, what do we got here? As you walk along the pier, you notice a piece of paper stuck in between the wooden boards. Carefully, you manage to get the page free and read, dated April 3rd, 2020. I spent the day on the beach today. It was a pretty gloomy day, but it felt nice, all things considered. The breeze was cold and nippy, but it didn't bother me so much. I seemed pulled to the ocean all day. I came up to the pier and watched the fisherman cast his line. It was pretty swift, and it seemed like he does this often. Eventually, I found myself staring at the waves when I noticed I was alone. Where did the fisherman go? My head felt a bit heavy, and I heard what I thought was the faint laughter. Was it crying of children? Oh, great! The most terrifying of noises, especially when you're alone, and especially if it's dark. Whatever it was lost as the frantic splashing of water broke the silence. The fisherman, who I thought went home, was swimming wildly to shore. I ran to help him and waded waist deep in the water to pull him ashore. He was coughing and sputtering as I tried to calm him down. He was fine in the end, but how'd he get so far out into the water without me noticing? Did he fall in? Well, this is slowly becoming a more creepy mystery as we go, as of course we thought it would. It was journal entry 11. Oh, we've got a little campsite here. For some reason, this whole area has just got me feeling a little bit spoopy. Well, you don't have any clues here. Let's travel this way and see what we got going on. But I absolutely love the idea of this. We got a gas station here. We've got a TO right there. Interesting. What does that mean? We're gonna have to keep that in mind for later. We've got something here under this chair. The date's obscured, but it does have something I can read. Finally, I finally did it! Years upon years of research, and I finally made contact. I waited so long to receive a message that I thought none would ever come, but here it is. Such a weird and peculiar language. I'm going to have to spend some time trying to code it, but I am blown away by the fact that they actually responded. Odd. My devices seem to be going off. Even my laptop is seeming to glitch out as I type this. Even stranger, still, is the star fragments we've collected over the years are starting to react to the audio recordings of the alien message. We seem to have our work cut out for us. Are you serious? This is an alien mystery now? No way. Is that what... Do the aliens laugh like creepy children? Is that what's going on here? Because if that's the case, I don't know how to feel about this anymore. We got a little rose garden here. There's no bodies or no aliens in there. But we do know that if you turn on your TV at 3 a.m., you can actually see the alien broadcast for yourself. Yeah, it's true. Try it out tonight. We got the campsite up here. Let's see if there's anything going on through here. Got another missing poster there. Lots of black roses. Oh, look at that, the scarecrow in the back there. And we got something right next to this little stool. March 12th, 2020. Long ago, there used to be a lake on this island, in the shape of a moon. No one really knows what happened to it, though a prevailing theory is that an earthquake damaged the mountain and filled it in. Legend has it that if you were to gather pieces of falling stars to its surface, you'd be granted a single wish. We haven't seen a meteor shower here for a long while, but wouldn't that be nice? I wonder what I'd wish for. To not get murdered by Pietro would be my wish. That's kind of... We're either going to get murdered by, like, Pietro or aliens, I guess, is kind of how things are seeming to go here. Oh, do we have any little secret behind here? Oh, look at the... maybe those are alien drawings. Maybe that's what this is. I've been saying those little figures there are creepy. Maybe it's an alien family there. How weird would that be? You have any little secrets through here? We've got like a flower garden going through here. Oh, God. He sleeps beneath the ocean? What? Okay. What, we got Cthulhu now? Great. It's definitely a little disconcerting. See if we got anything over here. Just a little place to rest our weary soul. Head south from the campsite. Ah. A well with blood? Oh my god, what is that? What is going on here? We found something dated April 12th here on the ground. They found a body in the mountains today. The hiking trail is closed since the storm broke a couple trees and whatever, so I'm assuming it was the cleanup crew. Hell, it might have been the cleanup crew that... Those guys give me the creeps. I'm just really hoping to God that it isn't Haley. I haven't seen her in almost a week. I don't know what's going on here, but it's really freaking me out. It is indeed starting to really freak me out. We've got the withered corpse. We got blood around this well here. The plot thickens, ladies and gentlemen. It thickens and thickens, and I haven't quite figured out what is going on here yet. But definitely make sure to let the creator of this island know what you think of all the hard work done here. Thought this might be a little pathway over there. God, coronavirus frog almost gave me a heart attack for a second, but we do have a little path going this way. It looks like maybe we can hop here. Because some of these things we can hop... Yeah, there we go. Oh, of course it would be a graveyard. Of course. Why wouldn't it be a graveyard? Yep. Just what we needed. You find a page hidden within the weeds. The date seems to be obscured. Oh my god, that person just scared the bejesus out of me. I thought I was about to get axe murdered. I got lost in the woods today. Not surprising since I can hardly sleep anymore. I just wasn't paying attention to where I was going. I seemed to have stumbled into the graveyard at some point, which at the time seemed fine enough. But wasn't it separated by a river? I don't remember crossing the river at all. Trying to find my way out, I happened to find a small grave away from all the others. It was pitch black and seemed brand new. Did someone else die recently? We live in a small town, and I think I would have known. I was getting a bit worried as the realization of my situation started to dawn on me. Maybe if I sleep out here, I wouldn't hear any knocking. Oh! Okay. Well, great. Sleeping out in the woods in a graveyard's a horrible idea. Cannot recommend it whatsoever. But also, how do we get over there? There's another little path there, and it seems disjointed from the rest. Interesting. Wonder if there's actually anything up there. Oh no, there is a graveyard up there. And there's even something written there. We're gonna have to figure out how to get up there. Oh nice, we were able to just actually hop across here. This is very nice. We're not supposed to have brought any ladders or anything. What is this? Looks like we might have a puzzle on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. So it seems we cannot decipher this tombstone until we find more clues around the island. We're definitely going to have to come back to this point some point in time. We need to figure out what's going on with this island first. So I've decided to head up to where the lighthouse was, because it seemed definitely like a point of interest. In every horror thing, the lighthouse always has some kind of secret. And it looks like we might have another clue on the ground here. We've got a D here. I don't see any other clues or anything, though. I think we should head back to the diner. You come across a torn page on the stone. It looks to be another diary page, but it's a little harder to make out the words, but luckily the page isn't too damaged by the rain. March 31st, 2020. Vincent and I went to the bonfire today. He was a lot more talkative today, which was nice to see. I hope it's because he's adjusting to Rosewood. He still had more of an interest in the beach. The other day, a lot of weird things washed up, and he was very concerned about that. I reminded him the resident services said to leave it alone, and even though he changed the subject, he was still visibly concerned. It was odd, but it felt as if he was a million miles away. Or maybe just closed off. It felt like I couldn't engage him for the rest of the night. Eventually, he set up a game for all of us. A form of hangman, I guess. As he drew letters in the sand around the bonfire, he said, "Don't worry so much about the letters I draw, but what's in between." I think I understood. To be honest, it was a lot of fun solving the puzzles Vincent set up, but that lingering distance was still there. I felt that if I reached out to grab him, he would just disappear. As we said goodbye, I could have sworn I saw right through him. Maybe it was just the drinks. Looking up, you'd see letters drawn in the sand that was referenced in the diary page. You feel you should solve it. I feel that I should solve it indeed. So we do have, we have the E there already. We've got an F, an R, a T, a P, an N, an S, a Q, and a D. Interesting. That's actually a really, really nifty puzzle. So if you look at this, we've got D, E, F. So the chosen one was E here, and then Q and S. So that means R would be in between this one, and then N and P, and in between that is an O, and then this stump would take the spot of the S. So I do believe that the answer to this puzzle is Rose, which I'm typing in now, and that was in fact correct. You absent-mindedly say the words out loud. Rose? Does this refer to Rosie? You're unsure. You haven't seen anyone around, really, and it puts you a little on edge. No one to talk to, no one to get information from. The residents that you don't see, or seem to act as if nothing happened here. So you know that's not the case. Suddenly you hear the sound of footsteps in the sand behind you. You whip around in almost sheer panic. Nothing, save for the single sheet of paper quickly being drenched by the rain. You swiftly snatch it up before it becomes too wet and read the following. April 8th, 2020. I'm being followed. I know I am. I was at the lighthouse this morning, and I had a feeling someone was staring at me. Then I went to the cafe to do some reading, and again, I had this unmistakable feeling of being watched, but I didn't see anyone around. Even at the mechanic shop, I felt exactly the same. This time, though, I saw him. I followed him all the way to the museum, and before he could lose me in the woods, I yelled after D. And we did find a D at the doctor's office, I don't know why it keeps making me say, well, I know why I keep thinking doctor's office, because the clues we have so far is D, OC, and 2. So I'm thinking doctor because of the clues that we have found so far. But the rest of the page seems to be torn out, and the words are far too waterlogged at this point to try and guess. Maybe those pieces are still around. Oh, we've been finding them. I'm pretty sure it says doctor. Which is that frog, maybe? Is it the frog? Oh, it's the frog. He's going around murdering people. So I do want to start heading back to the original location, but there's some houses and beach area down here that we haven't quite been to. And we know that somebody around here likes the beach. Oh, look at Eugene. I don't know why Eugene spooked me a little bit. We're also heading, just checking out everything that's to the left of the residential services here. Just because there might be another clue. I don't see anything here so far. Just your everyday villager housing. Nothing too crazy, but there is a few more buildings that we can actually go inside of. We've got the raccoons here. Perfect. I wonder if there's anything on the bulletin board. Okay, well that's not creepy at all. We've got an O, Mr. Rosewood, and then stay home, do not look when they speak. A bunch of gibberish. Please cooperate with the authorities regarding the current investigation. An unidentifiable body has been found within the forest. The trails will continue to be closed as authorities investigate. be sure to exercise caution during your day. The forest hiking trails remain closed. The cleanup crew assess the damage. So it just gets more creepy as we go up. And for a pretty heavy rain, so it goes like this. Light me up, spin me fast. Echoes flashing, long since past? Projector? Question mark? Oh, this is such a cool idea. We're gonna have to remember that projector thing. Well, let's check one of these creepy houses, shall we? See what we got going on in here. Oh, well, that's not disconcerting at all. The music in here. I don't think I see any notes or anything around. Gonna be anybody in here waiting to axe murder us? Oh my god, there's somebody on the toilet! Oh no! Oh, I'm so sorry! Oh wow. Okay, we've got a whole bunch of stuff strewn around. We've got the projector. Can we do anything with it? Oh my god. Oil Man? What does that mean? There's a letter right there. Oil Man. And then we've got something even on the typewriter there. Can we use the camera to like zoom in on it? Hello? Huh. This is so interesting. Well, the only clue we found in there was Oil Man. Maybe there'll be something else in here. Oh no. There's a bloody handprint right there. That's just a little concerning. It's a lot of bit of concerning. We've got another letter under this bed. March 19th, 2020. I keep hearing it. I swear to God I keep hearing it. Every night, the minute I turn off the lights, the knocking in the wardrobe starts. I can't sleep! I brought lanterns to see if that helps, but it doesn't seem to matter. The knocking will continue. I can't keep sleeping with the lights on. I'm gonna talk to Dr. Jacobs. Hopefully he could tell me what's going on. I don't want to hear the knocking anymore. Something tells me whoever lived here didn't get the opportunity to talk to Dr. Jacobs. Or did they? Oh man, I just found an R here. Definitely the doctor. That is 100% spelling out doctor now. We also found another clue. You finally reached the museum, the last place detailed in the diary. You're pretty sure you managed to get all the clues, but you look around just in case. You see a single sheet of paper slide across the courtyard. Hurriedly, you snatch the paper off the ground before it blows away any further. You scan the page and read the following. The date's illegible. Ethan seems to be in a chipper mood today. It's actually quite infectious. If only there wasn't so much work to be done in the lab. I'd ask him what the occasion is. Actually, now that I think about it, I shall be calling him... But it's blanked out. Has a pretty nice ring to it. Blank Ethan Jacobs. I like it. So I'm pretty sure here that we're supposed to put in Doctor for this. Dr. Ethan Jacobs. And we are correct. Dr. Jacobs, is that right? You don't really know much about this person, though you assume he lives on the island. You check the map to see where he lives, and decide his place is worth checking out. However, before you leave to see another scrap of paper, you bend to pick it up and notice it's another journal entry. April 5th, 2020. I spent another day with Vincent. He's been acting more and more strangely, going on and on about stars and meteor showers and the moon. Apparently there used to be a lake on this island in the shape of a moon. Or did he say star? I'm not entirely sure. We walked around a bit and ended up at the beachside shopping area. We were sitting at the benches talking about the odd bulletin board messages when he took my phone, walked a few paces, and took a picture of me. I'm not sure why, but this made me very happy. Usually, unprompted photos are a girl's worst nightmare, but it was nice somehow. It was a good one, too. The way he looked at it made my heart ache. It was so sweet. Though all good feelings were interrupted when he showed up. He looked shocked, though, and in turn, Vincent looked wildly uncomfortable. Did they know each other? Vincent turned to walk away, and the rest of the page is too wet to read. You decide that Dr. Jacobs is definitely someone you need to look into. You just hope he isn't home. Here's the photo. It is adorable. We'd already been to Dr. Jacobs' house, but you know, there was one room that I didn't think we could actually get into in the back. Perhaps we actually can get in there if I could figure out how to get back to Dr. Jacobs' house. We never went into this back room because I didn't think we could actually get in there. Oh, but we can. Okay. What do we got inside of here? The moment you step into this room, you are beset on all sides by hundreds of CCTV screens. You stare in awe as you feel a knot in your stomach grow. How are all these here? Did Dr. Jacobs really set up all these cameras? And for what? You also notice a desk in the center of the room and walk over to it. In front of you, there's a laptop with a login screen. You almost dismiss it, but out of the corner of your eye, you see a post-it note with the following. Check the bulletin board again for any updated messages. I still need to reset password or find my login book near the satellite. Oh god! Somebody walked in. You make a mental note to check the bulletin board once you leave. You also morbidly wonder what could be on this computer, in this room. Is it worth it? I think I know the answer to this. I think I know it. Because if we remember back on the bulletin board, we heard about the thing for the projector. I believe the password is Oilman. Do you remember that satellite that we saw? And it said he sleeps beneath the ocean? Well, that was the password to get onto the computer. And here we are. We've got folders labeled Beach Children, Mysterious Figure, Strange Broadcasts, The Red Room, Vincent, Weird Substance. I'm genuinely curious about Vincent. We've even got a video here? Interesting. It definitely seems that they were studying the moon. Maybe this all relates to the aliens after all. It's just a clip of staring at the moon, some kind of science experiment. Super cool. We've got a letter here. I can't believe it. Vincent's alive? How? I have so many questions. I just happened to see him with the owner of the diner, Rosie. He was visibly uncomfortable as I approached, so I know it's him. They left before I came back to my senses. How did he survive the lab? I'm gonna be up all night over this, I can tell. This is all super cool and interesting. So we've got these photos of them studying the moon. Look at the faces. This is fantastic. So there's definitely something deeper here with Vincent. But what do we got going on with the rest of Dr. Jacobs' files here? A weird substance? Oh. Yep, there's the thing for the oil man again. Oilman, oil man. And the odd substance letter. Today I noticed a weird substance leaking from the wall of my study. Black and thick, it kept pooling on the wall, seemingly unaffected by gravity. As I rushed to pull essential books and documents out of the way, the fluid seemed to form letters. The liquid, letter by letter, collected together to form a phrase that I do not understand the significance of. Whatever the substance was, and however it got there, it filled the room with the odor of scorched engine oil. I also seem to remember an odd post on the town's bulletin board. It was a riddle, which someone seems to have guessed projector. Makes sense, but that worries me is why does it seem to be referencing the projector in my study? There seems to be another riddle as well, however, this one seems hidden behind an @bash cipher. I'll work on that one later. We've got another folder here called the Red Room. With a deer head in it? That's not weird at all. My neighbor Haley has been coming to me for quite some time regarding auditory hallucinations she's been having. And she explains it. As she explains it, she hears a rather loud knocking within her personal wardrobe. Every time she hears said knocking, she jumps out of bed and throws open the wardrobe doors only to find nothing but clothes inside. She's apparently emptied the wardrobe and kept the doors open, but somehow during the night, they find themselves closed and the knocking resumes. I prescribed her some sleeping aids and anti-anxiety medication for the time being. One odd thing stands out to me, though. During our last session, she accidentally left her phone in my office, and as I went to go bring it back to her, I noticed a strange photo still left on the screen. That photo is included with this document. I've never seen this place before, and I'm quite certain it doesn't reside within Rosewood. When asked, Lily said she'd never seen the place nor taken the photo. Needless to say, I'm going to do some research on what this room is and how it relates to this mysterious knocking noise. The plot thickens even further, ladies and gentlemen. We've got strange broadcasts here. Oh man, look at this. A UFO dig site? The diner? Oh, with the alien broadcast at 3 a.m.? That's so crazy. Okay. Huh. I found an old photograph included in file of an odd craft of some kind that appears to have crash landed. The surrounding areas look like Rosewood Forest from a while back. I've heard of a shooting star striking the island several years back, and the timeline matches up. I'm not ruling out the possibility of an extraterrestrial craft landing on our island, but what else is there to think? After doing a bit more research, I heard of a strange broadcast that happens on Saturdays, exactly at 03:33 and ends at 03:34. I unfortunately don't own any television sets. Odd, all things considered. I quickly found that no one else on the island does as well. I did notice one in the diner while ordering lunch and decided that I would stay up until the broadcast was played. This was not approved by Rosie, but until I think this was due to my observing her, as stated in another document. At 03:33, the strange broadcast did play. Managed to take a few pictures, as documented, but not without accidentally alerting Rosie. I hope she didn't recognize me. That being said, I need to get a recording of the message as well. So now we've got the mysterious figure. Oh yeah. Yep, that's definitely a mysterious figure right there. Wearing a gas mask and creeping through the woods like some kind of creepy dude. While investigating a few rumors in the mountain of woods of Rosewood, I came across a body. There apparently was a great deal of effort put into obscuring their identity, as I couldn't make out any features. That being said, I can safely assume that this body isn't that of my neighbor Haley, too tall. What happened to her is a mystery all on its own. While I pondered what exactly happened to this corpse, I noticed I was being watched. There was someone else here with me in these woods. After some time, I was able to snag 2 pictures of this figure, as included in the document. Who is this? What are they doing in the woods? Are they connected to the body I found? And of course, the terrifying beach children. We got lots of photos of these beach children that we've seen around the island. I don't know what to think of these, but they are rather creepy. I've stumbled across several beach drawings of what appear to be young children. However, instead of a face, there's a singular hole dug out. What is strange about this is that the hole in the face of the doodle is perfectly round, cleanly dug, and perceptibly deep. It does not seem to be done by normal means, which lends me to believe that this is not a child's doodle. Doing some research, I found a tale about the spirits of children who've been lost at sea, haunting beaches and drowning the unsuspecting. These things be connected? So thankfully, an @bash cipher is actually very simple to decode. And this one reads, "Memories etched in solid stone, hiding crates of broken bone, across the gentle river flown, unlocking secrets never shown." Interesting. Now, knowing that this is an @bash cipher as well, we can finally decipher the name on the tombstone. And it is, in fact, Vincent Rosewood. You stare at the grave incredulously. What does this even mean? Is this really his grave? Is he really dead? 1,000 more questions run through your brain, and you close your eyes as your head starts to ache. However, when you open them, you notice a photograph lying on the tombstone. This was absolutely not here before. Picking up the photo, you see a young man that seems to be recently constructed manner. This Vincent Rosewood, without a doubt. The picture's so old, though. And how did it even get here? It's all beginning to be too much. Your only hope, really, is to find the manor you see that awaits within. The prospect makes you shiver a bit, but you feel all is going to come to a close, at least for the time being. And you want to know what's more terrifying? We've seen Vincent around this island. We saw him pooping earlier. The plot thickens. Now, Vincent's house. It's up there. I'm not exactly sure how to get to it, in fact. You know what? That riddle earlier, and I saw that this path went over here. I didn't realize that we actually need to go all the way around here to get to Vincent's house. I was sitting there, and I was trying to figure out how to get over here, and I couldn't figure it out. And I was like, oh my god. It's so obvious, yet not so obvious. And look at all of the black roses everywhere. Oh boy. The moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen. What in God's name is going on here? Stepping into the house, you are greeted by a disturbing sight. A maze of rusted bars stretched into the darkness. What the hell is this place? You notice a faded scrap of paper lying at your feet. You pick it up and read. I finally saw Vincent again today. He was so scared and panicked. I tried consoling him, but he was too agitated. He kept saying he had to go home. The more I looked at him, the more sickly he seemed to become. What the hell is going on? Everything that's been happening this past month is beyond strange, and now it seems to have gotten to Vincent. He left without another word. I can't say that I'm proud of this, but I followed him and saw that he went into the woods. Specifically, he went to the graveyard. He ended up some out-of-place tombstone that I've never seen before. He took his time staring at it and eventually went off deeper into the woods. It was almost impossible to tail him as the trees became thicker and thicker. Then the unmistakable smell of oil hit my nose. I stopped. In front of me was a towering old manor I've never seen before. I saw Vincent head to the door and go in, but before I could follow, I felt a hand grasp my shoulder. I spun around to see a man in a gas mask gripping me. In a fit of panic, I wrenched his hand off me and ran into the manor. The smell of burning oil filled my nose and caused my eyes to water. Then everything went dark. Well then. I can only assume that we need to find our way through this maze. And hope that we don't get murdered on the other side. What is this? There's one last clue here at the well. I'm not exactly sure what the 7F means. I suppose we should probably do a little bit more looking around. See what we got in this left room. Well, this room's a little bit prettier. Albeit also empty and creepy. A V and a 9? Huh. Okay. Well, that's a little spoopy. A light tower with squids. B8. Huh. Okay. Well, that was terrifying. Vincent just came down the stairs. I didn't know there was an upstairs and a downstairs in here. I about had a freaking heart attack. Vincent is back. Ooh, we've got like a western room up here. This is a 3-7? I don't even know. I have no idea what that is. Oh, there's like gold bars here. That's awesome. What is going on? Oh, wow. The silo's burning down in here. What? And there's even a crop circle. 3B. It's a... Oh, is it a YouTube video? Is that might be the code for a YouTube video. So this is a very, very interesting puzzle. So it is, I'm 99% sure it's a YouTube video because I know what the YouTube video links look like. And then there's these gears in each of the rooms. There's only one gear in this one. So the gears are the order that it needs to go in. So this is the first one. So we just gotta piece them together now. It took us to a video titled End of Part 1. I had a strange dream. Was in a red room with 2 others. They told me to be careful, to watch out for. Oh, the strange man. Him. That is so cool. This is only part 1, huh? The music only gets creepier. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you enjoyed part 1 of Hello Rosewood. This has been definitely one of my most favorite things in Animal Crossing New Horizons so far. I'm invested in this story at this point. I want to know more. If you want to know more, make sure to hit that like button. Let the creator know what you thought of all of this hard work. I do know that there's quite a few people that have invested time into this, so major shout out to everyone who worked on this. I know Soft.Shock was definitely one of them, so absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait to see more.